2022 so far.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, I think. Oh my God. Okay, I think we're live. Okay. Well, hello everyone. Hi, thanks for being here. I appreciate it as I choked on my own whatever. Uh, Sorry about that.
These
So
things
yeah,
only happen right
well,
in the beginning.
right, always. Hey, Facebook user. Hey, we are actually using We're actually using StreamYard. So if you actually go up to the very top, I'm not sure where you're looking at it, so it could be it's right at the top of the comments. You can go ahead and just go up there and just give StreamYard permissions to see your name so that we can see who is here and see your name. Thanks for being here. Absolutely love that.
Ooh, live from Seattle. It's Saturday night. No,
No,
that's New
that's New
York.
York. So Michelle, Annette, hi. Jeremy, hi. Sonia, hi. Oh, so exciting. So everybody is here. Very, very nice. Very, very nice.
Love it. I'm just going to pop in my group and make sure we're in there too. Hey, Gracie. We are. Awesome sauce.
Okay, so sorry, as we're all learning these new softwares, of course, I have not really used StreamYard until today, and then I couldn't figure out how to get Jeanette's group in here, but we're good. So, just rolling with it tonight. So, so this is my usual time for my live training. So we decided that we were going to do something together and actually bring in some training, what would be happening in the Vibe Tribe. So we're going to be talking about a topic that a lot of people ask us about. And one thing that a lot of people struggle with is content. And we're not going to be talking about content like as in like the philosophy of content, but we're going to talk about content in like how do you do it? How do you set it up? Like just really the basics of content, nothing like theory or anything like that, but really just basics of content and how it works on TikTok. Both Jeanette and I started creating our content on TikTok. It's a really easy platform to get started on. And but one thing that I don't think either of us had in the beginning was they always told us, well, go out there and make content. Just look to see what other people are doing and just do that. And that was not the right choice for me. It wasn't really the right choice for Jeanette. So we
Nope.
decided that we were going to talk about if you're just starting out and just trying to figure out the whole content thing, how to figure it out and what you're supposed to do. Good afternoon, Ian, Eric, Den, John, Aaron, Gracie. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I'm so excited you guys are all here.
I love it. Cheers. I brought my wine tonight.
Yeah, I brought my Gatorade. Okay, it looks blue, but it's really purple.
Oh, yeah, we've had this discussion before, right?
Yeah.
Why is it blue?
Yes, because I don't know why it shows up on my camera blue, but it does. It always looks blue, but it's not. It's purple.
That's bizarre.
I don't know. Okay, so content. When we actually prepared a paper for you, I'm going to say Jeanette did this for us today. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen.
We decided to let Jill do StreamYard today so we could watch her struggle.
Watch me struggle. Share. Oh, look at that.
You did it.
Did it. And let me just make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see it.
Beautiful. Eric has Pepsi. Whatever works. I do prefer Pepsi over Coke, though, for sure.
Oh, I am such a Coke. I love Coke.
Are
Like
you?
Pepsi, I won't even order it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yep.
Side note, there's a documentary on, I don't know, one of the stream platforms. I think it's Netflix. And it was about Pepsi. And like they did a challenge back in the day. And some kid thought he was going to win like a fighter jet. And then they had all the bigwigs of Pepsi try either Coke or Pepsi. And not a lot of them chose Pepsi as the one they liked. Pretty funny. Oh, look, we have a lot of Pepsis in the house. Nice. Den's got some tea. Very good. I'm the only booze bag here today. It is Thursday, so.
Coca-Cola every day, absolutely. Although I have found and this is my little, if Pepsi is the only option, if you squeeze a little orange in it, it tastes a lot like Coke.
Ooh. Is that a challenge?
You should try it. It tastes a lot like Coke. So yes, I am a tech geek. Absolutely. Hi, Gracie.
Hot Coke for nausea.
Okay,
right?
that's a little bit much. I don't know about hot Coke.
I don't know if I could do that.
Doing White Claw tonight. Oh, see,
Oh, nice, Beverly. Awesome. A little White Claw action. That's
All
fantastic.
right, let's jump right in because we got a lot to cover. So let's get going.
Okay. All right. You want me to start this off? You want me to start this party rolling?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing, we're going to talk about content. And the thing, I'm going to say it. I say it every time. First things first, you got to get your face on that camera. We have all tried to get away with not having our face on camera. And I can 100% guarantee you that it doesn't work. Maybe it did 2 years ago, but it really doesn't anymore. When you have your face on camera and it's you and you're telling people about yourself and creating your personal brand, your audience is going to grow faster, but more importantly, it's going to grow with the people that you want in it. No point in going viral or getting, a shit ton of views on your videos if it's not people that you want to have as customers. It doesn't make sense. You can have 6 million followers and not sell one thing because it's not your tribe, as we'll say. So definitely get your face on camera. It's awkward. It's weird. It's not a natural thing for people to talk into a camera, but it does get easier as you go. I promise. So just throw up and hit the damn record button.
Funny you say that because I really thought I was going to throw up the first time I did it. It was like, I was so nervous. I was walking around the park because I couldn't even do it inside my house. It was awful. I really had a hard time with it.
You had to be completely alone.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the beginning, this might seem like a lot, but in the beginning, you want to be posting like 3 times a day. And the reason that you want to do that many videos a day is because TikTok kind of like in the beginning holds your videos because it needs to figure out where to push it. So the algorithm kind of like holds you in a spot until it figures out what you're talking about and where it should push you. That's the beauty of the algorithm. So the more you do, the quicker it figures it out, and the quicker and faster it's going to push you out to the people that want to see you. So 3 times a day is good. It is a lot. It's going to be a lot in the beginning, but just like everything else, it gets easier and easier as you do it. Jeremy said, you do a great job with the eye contact. Thank you. I struggle with that a lot. So thank you.
So I have one question on my side. And,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it in the in StreamYard, but the question is about voice, and because this was Annette said voice face is fine, but what about voice?
Yeah.
So here's my recommendation. I know because hearing your own voice is kind of an odd thing. It's really hard to get past. Because you sound so weird to yourself. But if you think about it from the perspective that is actually how everybody else hears you. And so the only person that sounds odd to is you, because everybody else, that's what they hear as your voice. So as much as it might seem off for you, it's normal for everyone else that's going to be listening to you. So it's interesting, and it's interesting how your perspective changes about your voice too after you've been doing this for a bit, because now I can hear my own voice and I know it's me, where it used to be when I first started this, I had no idea it was me.
Hmm.
And now I'm like, oh, that's my voice. Oh, that's my video. Oh, and now I can pick my voice up like that, where in the beginning I couldn't. So you do get used to hearing your own voice over time. So I know that probably sounds weird, but you really do.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And your voice is important too, because that's going to like bring out your personality as well, you know? And that's the target here. You may have certain feelings about yourself. You may be like, the thing I get a lot is like, um, somebody told me the other night I sound like a hillbilly, or I'm too fat, or I have acne. Yeah, look, I got acne on my face right there. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares what you look like. Nobody cares what you sound like. The only thing that matters is the message that you're pushing out. So don't let that hold you back, because you're going to, the people, your people are going to find you because of you. And I know that sounds like a crock of shit, but it's it's really the truth.
Well,
Um,
and think about, like, if somebody is coming at you, and we all get negative comments, and it's one of those things you just have to move past, because the negative comments, this is the way I think about it. The negative comments aren't really about me. They're not about me at all. They're about that person and where that person is at that moment. And it has nothing to do with me, because I know who I am. I know what I am trying to do, and I am presenting myself in my content. And what their opinion is at that point isn't really important to me, because it's more about them than it is about me. If they feel the need to come onto my content and make some type of a not nice comment, and everybody gets them, and it's truly not about you. So you just have to look past it. There's a lot of ways that you can, if you don't want that person on your content, you can block them. So there's a lot of things that you can do. So you can't be worried about the negative people, because they're going to be there and they're going to pop in.
yeah. And just ignore them. Don't reply to them. And if you think about it, even the hate comments bring engagement to your things. So that's fine. If you want to talk shit in my comments, knock yourself out, because you're engaging on my content, which is going to push it out. So I welcome all of it.
And my response is usually, oh, I appreciate the engagement. Thank you so much. So
Yeah.
if you respond, it pushes your stuff out more. And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, where was I? Okay, so when you're making videos, you want to make your videos about what your product or service can do for the consumer, for the customer. What transformation does it provide? What problem does it solve? These are the things that you want to talk about in your videos. Think about your ideal customer, like who would be your perfect customer, and then think about what they're looking to hear, what they're looking to learn from what you're saying. And think about it and write it down. Write all this stuff down as you're like, we're talking about this. Go back and watch the video too. We're going to give you this doc that we have in here. Write it down. Whatever comes to your brain. We call that a brain dump. Just dump it all out on paper. And then those turn into other ideas, smaller ideas, bigger ideas, and that's how your content starts to flow. Yeah, your content should, scroll down, Joe.
Yeah, there's a couple actually that I want to show. So let's start with this one though.
Okay. Hey, Sharita. I can't seem to speak fast enough. Do you practice by timing yourself? How do you get yourself down to 30 seconds? You don't have to make yourself at 30 seconds. TikTok does 3-minute videos now, and Facebook Reels are 60 seconds, right? I think that's the max you can do on that.
Some people have 90 seconds, but yeah, 60 is the norm, I think.
Oh, I'm not that lucky yet. I only get 60. They're like, shut this girl up. So don't worry about speaking fast. Just speak how you speak. If you speak slower, like I'm a mile a minute. If you speak slower, then that's fine. That's fine. And then we're going to show you in the Vibe Tribe. Sharita, you're in. So I'm going to show you how to like edit the videos to take out the snippets of like silence, or how you can cut off like the end of a sentence to save yourself like a couple of seconds. So that's a big part of it, because I usually just ramble on and on in a video and I edit it and take chunks out and stuff like that. So you can do that on TikTok very easily. That's why I like to make all my content in TikTok, because of their just the editing in that app alone is fantastic. So don't worry about that. Just talk however you talk. That's it. Talking get me more leads than text on screen. Yeah, absolutely. It really does, because people are really going to be attracted to you rather than the words that you have on the screen. So whatever you're thinking about putting on the screen, say them. Just that's what you should be saying in your content. The only words I put on the screen are I'm on TikTok, so I can't say it. I'm doing a TikTok live as well. We'll call it FB. We all know what that is. And then I'll say, come join my FB group. That's like the only text I usually put on the screen. When you're talking in TikTok, you can put captions on your videos. So it will listen to what you're saying, and then the words will show up on the screen. So that's something you could do as well. I do short videos for my small business on Facebook, and no matter how much I do it, I sit back and have to do a double take.
So Eric, I always do double takes, and there's a couple of tips and tricks as far as like when you're doing videos, how you can do it so that you're not doing the entire thing over again, because there's ways to edit it and ways to actually make it so you're making little jump cuts instead of making it as one full video. So if you look back probably at either one of our contents, both of us use a lot of jump cuts, which is, where you're just like, you might say a sentence and stop, and then say a sentence and stop, and then say a sentence and stop, so that if you make a mistake, you can just go back and say that one sentence again. So that does help a lot with having to do the double take instead of trying to do like a full minute video all at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually like say something and then stop the video, and then say something and stop the video, because then you can edit that afterwards. I hope that helps. Okay, where was I? What the hell was I talking about? Oh, okay. So your content should be priming your ideal customer for a purchase. So that's why we want to talk about what it can do for them, what problem does it solve for them, because your content is like pre-selling on your product, whatever you're promoting. So you want to give them a reason to go in and check that link. You want to give them a reason to ask more info about what you're talking about. So you almost like think of yourself as the consumer. That really helps. You want to have a CTA, or a call to action, in every video. And it doesn't always have to be the same. Like in the beginning, I feel like a lot of it should be like and follow, because you want to try to build your community. It can be, share this video. You're going to want to save this video. Jill, you know about that. You want to save this video for later. Smash the heart button. And then, of course, check out the blank in my blank. I can't say it because I'm on TikTok. Your first 3 to 6 seconds of a video is very important, because mostly everyone has the attention span of a 2-year-old online. So I really think that's why TikTok became such a big thing, because people could just scroll. It was like seconds of videos. So, so you really want to catch somebody's attention right in the beginning. That's a big part of making videos.
Well, and if you think about it, even when you're on Facebook, now that Reels are on Facebook, because if you haven't been on TikTok, then the short form video, really, you haven't seen many of them until you got into Reels. And so when you're scrolling through Reels, think about how quickly you move on. Think about how fast you make a decision whether or not you're going to stay and watch that video. And actually, people are more forgiving on Facebook Reels than they are on TikTok. TikTok, it's like 2 to 3 seconds and you're out of there if you haven't caught their attention. Where Facebook, people tend to hang out just a tiny bit longer. But really nailing those first couple of seconds of your video is huge. And we're going to talk about like just the real basic setup of a video, and then we're going to talk about actually all of the different types of videos that you can make. So you can see actually in the paper, it's coming up here pretty quick. So
yeah. And in Vibe Tribe, which is starting on January 16th, we're going to go into way more detail about, you know, hooks that you can do, call to actions that work, that catch people's attention. So there's going to be a lot of that in there. All right, Jill, hit us off with the styles of short form videos.
Okay, so there's a couple different styles of short form videos that I wanted to actually talk about, because there are all the video types that we see on TikTok and now on Reels. And the first one that we have is a short form short video with a lot of text. And these short videos, they are usually like around 7 seconds long. Some of them are a tiny bit shorter, some of them are a tiny bit longer, but they have a whole bunch of text on there. And the whole point on those is the person is going to have to read your entire text, which means they're going to watch your video over and over again, which means that they stay on your video, your watch time goes up, and so that video gets pushed out more. So, and this is a really great video, like if you are struggling to come up with something and you need something to put out for that particular day, it is not a type of video that, especially if you are trying to promote products, is something that you're going to want to use very often. And I honestly have not used these very often. I've used maybe a handful of them, but it is something that you can use and you'll see them out there. Another one is a talking head. This is actually the one that I use the most. Most of my content as of, you know, a certain date is almost all talking heads. I've done a couple recently of the trending sounds because I like them. But I'll get to what trending sounds are. But talking heads is really going to kind of be the meat and potatoes of what your content is, because it gives your audience a chance to get to know you. And being a talking head, and when I say talking head, meaning I don't actually mean literally a talking head, but like you talking and telling your story or giving some value or doing something that's business related. You could be doing something that's really a fun activity, but relating it back to business. So it's something that you're actually going to be providing your audience with value, and it should be a little bit entertaining. It should be something that captures their attention, all that kind of good stuff. But it is going to be the meat and potatoes, or at least in my opinion, it is the meat and potatoes of your content. Do you agree?
Agreed. Yeah. Definitely. That's pretty much all my videos now too.
Yeah, and mine really changed. And actually, if you go back and looking at my content from the beginning, mine really changed to the talking head type of video. It used to be the one that I was probably the most afraid of doing. But when you're thinking about talking head, the type of information that you're going to be sharing with people are, I know everybody says value, and I didn't really know what that was when I first started. I was like, what the heck is value? Like, I don't know what that is. Excuse me. You know, like, what do I know that's valuable? Well, what you know is actually what you're doing, what you're learning, the issues that you're having, the things that you're coming up against. I have a tickle in my throat.
That blue Gatorade should take care of it.
Sorry. Oh, my eyes are watering. It's such a tickle.
Oh my God.
It's terrible. But it's going to be like things that are that you are like, maybe problems that you're coming up against, little wins that you're doing, how you're solving a problem, or an aha moment, something that you found out. That's what you're going to be sharing with your audience, because the audience that you want to attract are people that are interested in the products that you're promoting. So if they are just a little bit behind you, they're going to be having those same types of issues. Or if they're not there yet, you're going to give them the piece of information that actually helps them get over that hurdle before they even know it's a problem. So you've already given them an answer to their issue. So that's where you're bringing the value to your audience. So those talking head videos are going to be the ones that are really going to attract the audience that you want to attract to your brand, because those is actually what's going to create your brand.
Yep, absolutely.
There are other ones too, like skits can be really fun. They are a little bit more time consuming to make, but they're really fun to make too. And that's when you are basically play two different characters. And so you can do the change your clothes or whatever, write yourself a little script and make a little story about something. They're fun to do.
Yeah, people like them too.
Yeah, they get usually a lot of engagement. People stay on them a lot longer, but they do take you longer to make, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we have the trending sounds and trending music, and don't feel like you have to dance, but if you want to dance, then dance, whatever. But those are fun, especially in the beginning. They do kind of help with getting your video out there. I don't tend to use music on mine at all anymore. And the reason I don't use music on mine is because music comes and goes. And if you have music on your video and that music goes, so does the sound on your video. So I don't tend to use it. But it's not a bad way if you're just starting out to help with getting you pushing your video out there and stuff on TikTok.
Yeah, just a little trick with that. In TikTok, you can do a trending sound. Like you'll see it says TikTok viral, and it'll give you like, I don't know, I think there's usually like 20 sounds in there that are trending currently. You can add that to your video, and then you hit volume on the bottom and make that, it'll say added sound. You push it all the way down to 0. So that sound is you're not gonna hear it in the video at all. You're just gonna hear you talking, but it will push it out with the viral sound. I hope that makes sense. That's a little trick. I do it every so often. I honestly don't do it enough to know that it makes a difference, but in my head, I like to be like, this is gonna make me so popular.
Well, and sometimes, you'll see a sound, like I just did one this week, and it was a little kid. It was a little kid voice. And so I did the voice. And then I wrote around me what was business related, but the voice was really cute and it kind of like made the point. So yeah, do them if you want to. And sometimes if you're just not really in the mood to make content, that's a really fun one to make because it doesn't take a whole lot of time, and it is kind of cute, and you had fun doing it, and you didn't really have to like really sit down and think about what you wanted to say in your content. So so those are always good ones to go to for sure. Stitches and duets. If you don't know what a stitch and a duet is, you've seen them where they're like the video, the person is, you are on one half and the other person is on the other half. And a lot of the times what I see in a duet is I'm on one half and the video that I'm duetting is on the other side. And what happens, and this is I've seen people do it, where they're duetting a video and they just sit there. And that's it. If you're duetting a video, do something like keep your audience involved because they're watching you. The reason they're there is because of you. So it doesn't mean you have to say anything, but you do have to kind of be a little bit more dynamic on your side because they're not listening to you. All they can do is see what you're doing. So do something or have something or do something that's actually going to either accentuate what's happening in the duet or come up with something so that you are creating some type of engagement with your audience, or they're just going to flip by because you're not doing anything. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people do that. So be aware of that if you're doing a duet or a stitch. The difference between a duet and a stitch, a duet is the side-by-side, where a stitch is where you see one video and then it'll cut off and go to the person that's actually like it would come to me. So you're seeing like a part of another person's video, and then I would be commenting on that particular video type of thing, or either agreeing or disagreeing with it or something like that. So stitch, you see two videos.
Yeah, I can just on the stitch thing. I feel like the first couple that I did, I was just doing that. I was just like while I was playing, and I'm barely got 100 views. Now if I do a duet, I'm like, it's like me reacting to it. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm ridiculous. And I'm like very animated. So I'm always like, oh my God. Like that will, you overly reacting to what that person is saying. is a good thing. That will hold people's attention for sure.
Okay, and the last one is responses, questions, and comments. This one is brilliant. And if you have questions and comments on your content, I highly suggest that you do this. And how you do this in TikTok is when you have a question, you can respond to that question with a video. And what ends up happening is that video is linked to your response, and your response goes up into your regular TikTok feed, just like any other video. And it's a response to that video, which brings them back to your original video. So it makes almost like this circular motion. So if you end up responding to multiple videos, you end up with like this chain of videos that people can go backwards and look at. So like if I am doing a series, like say I'm doing a series of like 5 things, like say I'm going to do like the top 5 things of whatever. In the 1 video, there would be nothing down in the comments, but in the 2 video, I would link it back to the 1. In the 3 video, I would link it back to the 2 and the 1. In the 4 video, I'd link it back to all 3 of them. So really think about how you can get people to interact in your comment, because that can also be something that you say in your video. Like, hey, I've linked all the other videos. If you missed the first ones, they're right down below. Go ahead and check it out, so that they're going back to your content, which means that you're going to start increasing the engagement on the content previously, and that's going to push it out again. So be mindful when you're actually doing things like that, either responding to contents or linking videos back and forth, is to always talk about that too. Talk about like, hey, if you want to see the original, it's right here. It's down right here. I've linked it for you, so you don't have to go look for it, so that you can always keep people engaged in your content and trying to keep them on your stuff. So really, really helpful. That is just brilliant. If you have a question or you have a response, instead of actually putting the response out, sometimes it's, you're just writing a quick content. But if you can turn that into a video, turn it into a video every time.
Agreed. Yeah. Because that's the chain of events. You want engagement. That's the name of the game here. That's how you get your videos pushed out. That's how you get more people to see it, is engagement. The more engagement you have on a video, the more it's going to get pushed out to more people. So
how about we want to go through the rest of the doc and we'll come back to questions?
Okay. Yeah. We're at the end of the doc. Big remember, guys, here. I feel like I say this at like the end of every video I do. Everyone starts at 0 followers. Everybody has gone through the awkwardness of hitting that record button. If you would have asked me 5 months ago if I would be doing a live in my Facebook group and going live on TikTok, I would be like, oh my God, I'd be panicking, pure panic, just sweat pouring. I would have drank 16 of these already. No, everybody goes through it, and you just have to push past it and just hit that button. It gets easier as you go. I promise. Ask Jill. Jill used to sweat out a couple of shirts when she would go on her live.
I think you were part of my first live on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sweating like there's no tomorrow. It's terrible.
I said, I think my first live, I kept doing this because I was like sweating so much. It's ridiculous. Everybody goes through it. Don't worry about it. Just hit the damn record button. I promise it will get better. And you guys got this. You can do it. Listen, anybody can do this. Like, me and Jill, as spectacular as we are, it's not like we've been on camera, like since we were kids. It's not like that. We've been doing this for almost just about a year.
For a year.
Yeah.
Yep, I've been doing it for a year.
So like, that's why we're like comfortable, after doing it for a year, but it's not going to take you a year, but it definitely takes time. So just stick with it. Okay. What do we got? Eric, when you start doing content, you want to stick with, let's say, one product and not jump to multiple products. I say, just to get rolling, I would stick with one. What do you think, Jill?
I think that, yes, you're sticking to one, but in your content, So what your content should talk about is the products that you're promoting. And like when somebody comes into my group, the reason they're coming into my group is because I'm talking about affiliate marketing, but I'm not really talking about a specific product. I do talk about Group Juice because it is a product that I 100% believe in. I do talk about probably some of the other things that I use, like Repurpose.io or System.io or something like that. You know, right now we're talking a lot about Vibe Tribe because the Vibe Tribe is actually coming up here pretty quick. So when they come into my community in here where you all are, you know that what I'm talking about is affiliate marketing. So my content doesn't necessarily talk specifically about one product, but it talks about things that are related to the products that I'm promoting. So it might not be, when by the time you come into my community, I have more than one product because not every product fits every person. So you need to have different ones. So I'm not sure that answers your question, but if you had a high ticket, then yes, I would stick with one product. But you doesn't mean you can't do content around something like another product that's a support to that one high ticket product. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
that
I know
answers
that,
your question.
yeah, so I would keep it in the same niche, but not necessarily, I don't think you have to stick to the same product, but I would stick to the same high ticket product.
Yeah, I agree with that. Only because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You know, when you're brand new, you don't want to, you want to kind of master one thing at a time. So, Eric, I hope that was helpful. You hit record, say a sentence, then hit record again to stop recording, hit it again, and say your next sentence, hit record button again to stop recording again. You're recording in short clips. So when you're all done, it's pretty seamless. I agree.
It's true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah. My minute-long videos are like 100 little chunks. Definitely. What's that you're drinking? What is this I'm drinking? Actually, for Christmas, I got a bottle of wine called the Dreaming Tree, and it's Dave Matthews. Not that I'm a huge Dave Matthews fan, but I thought it was cool. Dave Matthews wine. It's a Chardonnay. Cheers. All content must carry value, no nonsense. True. That's a true statement. If you start and stop recording, you'll have jumping in the vids. Don't stress out over the jumping and just post it. You'll improve over time. That is
for sure. Yeah.
So true. Yeah. Don't I know when you like if you haven't started making content yet, or if you're just starting, you're probably stressing out about every video, every little thing in the video, the key to making this work is imperfect action. You got to mess up a whole bunch of shit so you can figure it out. So don't stress too much. It was a great help. Okay, good. I'm glad we're making sense. Yeah. And it, content, it's a learning process. It's not gonna, I have to practice so much with those damn clips. Yeah, no, I mean, the first couple of videos that I made, it took me like probably like an hour and a half to make my first video because I would be like, no, and I would just delete it. And now it's like, I'm just like, post. You know what I mean? And I think I had a video on TikTok that I made around Halloween time, and TikTok now sometimes they just put a filter on the bottom. So like you go to start the video and there's like all of a sudden you have like, reindeer antlers and you're like, what the hell? I didn't put that there. So there was a thing on TikTok and it turned you into like this bat girl and like all these bats came flying out of your face. And I did it and it was like, oh my God, in the middle of the video. So then I stopped it. I thought I turned it off, and then I kept recording. Do you remember this one? And then I kept recording, and it kept doing it. So I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go with it." And I just kept doing other, like I kept doing separate clips, and every time I did the clip, it would put the Batgirl on my face. So I made a video about sometimes your content's not gonna be perfect, and that's fine. And it was a hit. People loved it. So it's never going to be perfect. Not ever. We've been doing this for a year and it's not perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just hit the damn record button.
So if you have any questions, now is your time. And it doesn't even have to be about this. Feel free to just jump in with have questions about anything.
Yeah. Michelle, I've done that before too. Michelle said I did a story. I was talking, had no idea it had music attached. All you saw was me talking. We couldn't hear it. I've done that before too.
Yeah, don't you love it? You know, the things that happen with TikTok are so funny, and you end up posting this stuff, and you're like, well, that is not what I meant. You know, because
But
things just happen.
Yeah. And it's good that you have it because you could use it. You know what I mean? Like you could use that video of you, you know, being a couple months from now, be like, oh, this was me a few months back trying to make a video, not knowing what I'm doing. Like, it's fine. I posted it. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
So I just threw a copy of that document in the comments. At least I think I did.
No, I see the comment. Okay, I don't think we're live in my group anymore. That's all right. Oh, it does?
Uh-huh.
Jillian, I don't know if you're still here, Jill, but on your on TikTok, she said, how come the live ended in your group? That's all right. I'll post it in there afterwards. If not, we have it recorded. Who knows? Again,
it's checked off at the top, so I think so.
This is what happens, you know? Not everything's going to work all the time. You just got to roll with the punches.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions, now is the time to actually drop them here. We'll answer any questions that you have. It doesn't even have to be related to this particular topic.
Yeah, anything.
If you are watching this live, then please drop a hashtag live. If you're watching it on replay, drop a hashtag replay. And if you thought that this was valuable and like the content in here, just go ahead and just smash that heart button so we can push it out to as many people as possible. And most of you know that we do have a product. We actually did a training on Monday together, and we'll probably be doing another one next week too for the Vibe Tribe. And if anybody is interested in jumping into the Vibe Tribe, because it'll be content like this, just more in depth than what we're doing today. Mm-hmm. But we will actually be having a full day based just on content. So if it is something that you're interested in, go ahead and drop a hashtag Vibe Tribe, and we will get the information off to you so that you can check out the document. And that is starting on January 16th, and we were doing it at 7 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Thursday. So it's 4 nights. Mm-hmm. I think it'll probably run about an hour, and then we'll have Q&A after that. So it will all be recorded, and it will be inside of the group. And the Vibe Tribe does have its own special private group. So if you jump in, you will become part of that group, and that group will be there for as long as you're in it.
Yep. Yeah.
I know. I'm excited, Eric. I am so excited about that. I'm so psyched you're going to be there.
Love it. Yeah, if anybody has any questions about Vibe Tribe 2, please feel free to reach out, drop comments in the groups, or a message Jill and myself. So we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Beverly said, I'm trying to make a video while you speak. That's called taking action. I'm going to give a shout out to Beverly. I'll tell you what, Beverly. She jumped right in. She's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm terrified, but I'm doing it. And she's been doing it. And she now has 100 members in her, 100 followers. And you're kicking ass, Beverly. You are kicking ass. I love it. The time. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or Charita, New York time. She's always talking about my accent. So I haven't done any TikToks. My problem is what to talk about. If like to promote something as I don't have anything to sell. Okay. We want to figure out what you're going to sell. That would be your first. But honestly, if you just want to get used to doing TikToks, if you haven't done any, just talk about what you're doing. Talk about, hey, I'm starting an online business and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Come watch my journey.
Well, and I think that's a good point, because I do think that, if you're just starting creating videos, starting on TikTok is a really great place to start, because TikTok is, first, it's really easy to make the videos on there. They're pretty forgiving when it comes to it doesn't really matter what you did for a previous video. Every video is kind of like a standalone thing. So you can really get a good feel for how your videos are doing based on the feedback that you're getting directly from your audience, like how many people are watching it, how long are people staying on your video, and what works for you. If you don't have a product to promote yet, but you know about what niche you're going to be in, then just start talking about that. Start talking about your journey, even to find that niche. That's okay. I mean, you're putting yourself out there. You're starting to gain an audience. So doing it in a niche that you are likely going to be going into is a great place to start. Mm-hmm. So that first 1,000 is really you kind of getting your, kind of like jumping in with both feet kind of thing. Because you can't put a link in there. So really what you're trying to do is trying to figure out how to get engagement on your videos. And for a lot of people, that doesn't come naturally. So you really need some in the beginning there to try to figure that piece out. So it's a good time just to jump in and just start doing it instead of waiting.
Yes. Agreed. Yeah. And because you just want to get the feel of like making a video too. So don't wait. Your life. What made you decide to do this? The second season of Yellowstone. It doesn't matter. Just let them get to know you. Yeah, that's true, because that's funny. I haven't actually watched that show yet. I've been getting so much crap for it. That's very true. Talk about you and why you're doing this. Yeah. Because when you're doing content, you're building your personal brand. So, and that's what people are going to love. So that's a great point. You want to talk about what you're doing. You're awesome. That's great. Health is a big one. Gracie's going to talk about how she's giving out sleeping meds so she can attend our lives at night. No judgment here, Gracie.
All right. So I got anything else?
Any other questions, comments? No, that's all I got. Again, guys, if anybody's interested in the Vibe Tribe, let us know. We would be happy to have you. I know. Everybody keeps telling me. You know what? I'm going to tell you what. I used to be a junkie watching TV. I watched all the shows. I watched everything. And now I do this. I honestly don't watch a lot of TV anymore. But I almost kind of feel like thank you, Gracie. I like when shows are over, so then I could like binge them. You know what I mean? Should you start a new TikTok account? That's a good question. How many videos do you have on your TikTok account now? If you have like 5 videos on there, you don't have to create a new one. If you have 62,000 followers and it's not about, what you're looking to promote or what your niche is, you might want to start a new one.
Yes, and I agree. It all depends on what you have out there. If it's been your personal TikTok and you have thousands of videos out there, then I would say then you probably want to start a different one because your audience is going to be really, really different. And when it comes to if you already have an audience or people that follow you, it does have some impact on how your videos are seen, meaning if people that follow you are not watching what you're putting out there because they're not interested in it, you'll have a lot harder time getting your stuff pushed out there. But it's not necessarily something you can't do. I mean, you can definitely change directions. So it would really depend. And if you want to just send one of us a DM, we can probably give you a better answer to that one. Once we have a little bit more information about like where you are right now personally on that in your TikTok account.
Yeah, I agree.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know. I can't believe it's New Year's. The Silver Fox.
I love Kevin Costner.
Who doesn't?
Right?
He's the best. Yellowstone. I know. It's everybody loves the show. I know. I'm gonna wait until it's over, and then I'm gonna binge it.
I have to admit, I've never watched it. I actually don't watch much TV. I'm like watch TV like maybe once a week, maybe if that.
Yeah.
Eric
had a question. So what do you do when the niche you are doing isn't working? Can you switch to another one? You can always switch your niche, but
always
give it time. You're not giving this 2 weeks and then you're switching niches. This takes time to build up. It really does. I think that's one of the hardest things when you're doing this online is, everything's instantaneous. We live in an Amazon Prime world where stuff can be at your door in 24 hours. And you want everything to be instantaneous, but this is a slow process. I mean, you could blow it out of the park and create a massive following and like it can happen somewhat quick, but be patient with it. Definitely. But you're never, stuck in your niche. It's your business. You do whatever you want to do. Crazy. Christy, are you taking some of those drugs that you're giving out? I can't believe I said that, she said. Can you give an example of a disclaimer you should include to let folks know you are an affiliate marketer? Like in a post? If you're posting, I guess the only time you really want to do a disclaimer is if you're putting a link somewhere. Right, Jill? Oh my God, yes. You deleted it, Gracie. Stop it. You don't have to delete anything. Yeah, if you're posting an actual link, so like if you send an email out and it has like a link to an affiliate product, you want to put on there, at the bottom of the email, hey, FYI, this is an affiliate product.
So an affiliate, my affiliate link, I'll read you actually what it says. It says, I am an affiliate for whatever company. I am not an employee. I will make a commission if you choose to click the link in this, wherever it is, to purchase a product or service or whatever. Yeah. So it's something like that. It's like, and sometimes you'll see them actually, if I post a link inside of my Facebook group, I still put my affiliate link and my affiliate disclosure right there so that everybody can see it. So this is an affiliate link. If you decide to make a purchase, I will make a commission. I mean, it can be something that's really, really, it just has to be extraordinarily clear so that everybody knows, like, you're going to make a commission if they click on the link. That's all it is.
Yeah. There's no like, I mean, there is websites where you can get like disclaimers that like pop up for you, but just basically tell people, if you click on this link, this is an affiliate link, like I will get paid, basically. That's all you have to write. You have to just let people know.
Yes, I know, Annette. It's not showing you it. So I actually have my Facebook open over here so I can see who it is.
Annette, don't worry. StreamYard hated me for like the first month that I used it.
So, and the only other thing that I would say about disclaimers is that some companies are very, very specific about it. So if you are signing up for an affiliate, to be an affiliate for somebody, make sure that you read through all of the documentation so that you know exactly what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And an example of that is Amazon is very, very specific as to what you need to say. So while some of them, like if you're doing an affiliate, like like if I was doing it for Group Juice, it would be different than what I have for Amazon. So you do need to pay attention to the small print. And when you sign up to be an affiliate for a company, be sure to go through the documents because they will tell you what you need to know.
Yep. Yeah, they'll always include it. So always make sure if you're going to promote a product and they, they'll have their affiliate page of like what you can and cannot do, make sure you read that very carefully because some companies have a lot of rules. Bye,
You know
Michelle.
what, Tracy? We haven't even talked about this yet.
No.
So
Maybe.
yeah, we haven't even talked about it. So we'll get back to you on that for sure.
Yeah.
Because.
But thank you for asking. Always check the commissions as well. Yeah, you definitely
100%.
want to. So like,
And
yeah. So Amazon, people just always go to Amazon because it's Amazon. Like everybody knows Amazon. Like it's such an easy service to use. But honestly, their commissions are shit. Their commissions are pretty low and their cookie lengths. So the cookie length, for those of you that don't know, when you put a link out and somebody clicks on the link, the cookie length is how long that link is going to be valid so that you make money. And Amazon's links are 24 hours. So someone like me would not be good for you as an Amazon affiliate because I think of something and I put it in my cart and then I'll think of something else and I'll put it in my cart and then I wait until like, I don't know, payday or I don't know what I have OCD. So I don't know why I do it that way, but I do. So anybody's link that I clicked on, you're probably not going to get paid because I never order it that day. So keep that in mind. Good call, Eric. Check the commissions. Check how long your cookie length lasts. See, Jill, look, you're like, well, we're going to do a half-hour live. Nope. It's always an hour. It's always an hour.
Always an hour.
I don't shut up.
All right. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. And if anybody has any questions afterwards, feel free to drop it in the comments.
Yes.
Or drop it in either one of our groups and we will get back to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Gracie. You are not ignorant. You're new. It's a learning thing. Don't say you're ignorant. That's not true. Listen, we've been doing this for a year. Like we've learned all this stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. If there's no more questions.
Everybody. Thank you. Vibe Tribe. Don't wait. Hop in.
Vibe Tribe.
Peace.